aperiodic tiling pattern is a pattern that never repeats itself. Aperiodic tiling patterns may seem ironic compared to the common tiles that neatly cover our bathroom floors or city sidewalks, with aperiodic tiling being fully unique in its entirety, but with infinitely similar subsections, very similar to irrational numbers we might learn in math class. How could any shape with such magical properties ever exist? It would have to be completely different than anything we've ever seen before. Though, just in 1960, a set was found using 20,426 different tiles that matched this pattern. How low could we bring that number? For centuries, the pursuit of an aperiodic monotile, just using one instead of the 20,000, has captivated the hearts and minds of mathematicians. With an almost 6-decade lull in new tiles, it was seemingly set. There were no more combinations. Then suddenly, 40 years later, the hat was found. The elusive aperiodic monotile. Ask any mathematician beforehand, and they would have said the same thing. An aperiodic monotile will be messy, with hundreds of lines and jagged edges. Impossible to generate. A couple months ago, though, March 2023, a 13-sided aperiodic monotile had been found. Simple and elegant, the hat, or Einstein tile, that had been thought to be impossible for centuries had been found. So serendipitously, anyone could have figured out, just 13 brushstrokes away. Patterns have always fascinated me. Young Neil's face was always stuck in a logical puzzle or drawing funky shapes. More than that, though, I found beauty in nature's seemingly endless patterns. Zipf's law, phi, the endless occurrences of pi in the world, and now aperiodic monotiles. Though further along in my life, this bloomed into a love for research and pointless endeavors. Programming a website to blast the Shrek soundtrack, or a literal robot that spilled water on itself. Though unimportant individually, as time went on, my tasks slowly took on meaning, giving me skills I could use elsewhere, like programming. Just last year, while tinkering with stupid ideas and code, meaningless on its own, I found an interesting quirk. Initially, doing a meaningless edit to just edit and shift numbers around in an AI model, I found out that I could actually decrease the amount of data an AI model needed, on the scale of magnitudes. Still theoretical, in a toy model realm, I didn't think too much of the couple blocks of code. On a whim, I emailed a professor and thought they might be interested in the work. Almost immediately, I received suggestions to write a paper, and so I did. And here I am now, having presented that same, seemingly meaningless idea at the time at a research conference, where my idea might actually be helping Chevron create more efficient carbon capture technologies. Maybe that's why I have such a deep connection with theoretical research, like aperiodic monotiles. With established precedent for decades, it shows that there's always room for improvement. The textbook you hand in math is not a religious text, but flexible guidelines that you yourself can change, showing that the world around us is malleable. Most importantly, though, monotiles, like my seemingly important and unimportant and trivial projects, remind us of the value in pursuing questions and ideas that on the surface may appear to be disconnected from our immediate survival or success. But it's precisely in these places where so many creative breakthroughs are discovered, those tiny fissures where curiosity meets rigorous thought. In a world increasingly dominated by fast-paced innovation and constant demands for productivity, we should leave room for exploration driven not by practical goals, but by wonder. After all, progress is more than productivity. The hat tile shows that there's always something new waiting to be found if you just ask the right question. Just like life, the tiniest shape can spiral out into the most unpredictable outcomes. And that's what fundamentally attracts us as humans. The venture out from the meaningless to piece it together and pray for something to possibly come out of it. I can't wait for the day to see the aperiodic monotile change the world, giving us insulators or magical flying cars. But now, at this moment, I'm content with them just being a whimsical, fun quirk of mathematics that I can play around with. I give the aperiodic monotile 4 stars.